Sunday is lazy day.
None. Yes. Actually, so many work in Sunday. Na, you can haircut, go for haircut for Sunday, then washing clothes also. All all due works I do in Sunday.
Okay, sir. Okay. As you are living in Rajasthan, na?
Rajasthan, Jaisalmer location.
Jaisalmer. Rajasthan is famous for historical places.
Ah,
Have
yes, so
you,
many historical
yes.
places. Yeah.
Uh, have you visited many places? If you have visited many places, please describe about that.
So recently, this most of historical place in the North Mata Mandir is Jaisalmer.
Okay.
Ram locations. The North Mata Mandir is the historical place, I can say. And during the 1971 war, many of Pakistani army entered in Jaisalmer locations. But
Okay.
due to Mata, actually, he saved all life, and you can say live bomb is also available in the North Mata Mandir. He not blast due to his uh, protections.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And you can also see in Longewala post some क्या बोलते हैं उसको मैं भूल ही गया ना tank. You can say also tank in Pakistan. Tank is also in
Yes.
Longewala post.
Over there.
Yes, due to
Mhm. During the Indo-Pak War, there.
during the Pak war.
Okay.
During Pakistan divide, it's right, na? Bangladesh. When
Uh,
when Bangladesh, when our Indian Army reached to Dhaka, then Pakistani soldier tried to war in our Raj- Rajasthan, na?
हाँ Rajasthan.
Yes,
Rajasthan
yes.
area, Rajasthan area to capture regarding
Recently,
Bangladesh.
now about that incident, one film has been
There is
screened.
Ajay Devgan, na?
Yes, yes. Ajay Devgan's film.
Yes, 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 yes.
Which movie?
I calling not getting
Yes,
name.
recently one aeroplane Indian
अच्छा भुज
Air Force
भुज.
Bhuj.
That
Yes,
is
yes, Bhuj.
very good movie.
Yes, Bhuj,
Yes, he's
Bhuj.
also. This is the border road, border area road in Bhuj is in uh, uh,
That movie
Gujarat
is
location. He's
that
also Kutch.
yes, 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 sir. That
So
movie is based on the real incident, and real
yes,
incident was
no,
happened.
no, he's the real incident also. So you can see, in
A-
fact in
Aero,
this movie
aero,
actually Bhuj is
aeroplane landing through truck.
Like Bhuj name. Movie's name is Bhuj.
Yes,
Yes, Bhuj.
and aeroplane landing through truck.
Association of by side the villagers. With the association by side the villagers made in during the night prepare the aeroplane track to take flight. जो गांव वाले थे सब लोग मिलके बनाए थे उसमें दिखा.
Yes,
Yes. Yes, sir. Please continue. And Kuldeep ji,
Yes, Kuldeep, please tell me something.
Hello.
yes,
Yes, Kuldeep.
Hello. हाँ
tell
सर.
something, sir. As you are also
What are
from
what
Rajasthan.
Kuldeep? What are you feel in early morning class? It will be okay or no?
मैं good feel.
Good feel, na? Need only continue join. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
we are trying to create English environment during our early morning time. We hope we will do the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Actually, I talked to Ashok sir. He will join soon.
Yes, sir.
एक्चुअली जिनका आदत नहीं रहता है ना नवीन जी, तो उनको थोड़ा सा तो मतलब
हाँ,
समझ रहे
कॉम्प्रोमाइज
कि नहीं?
करना पड़ता है ना.
हाँ, वो नहीं, वो यूएसए वाले लोगों का ठीक है, उन लोगों का टाइम का वो लोग एक बार बोल दिए यस तो यस, समझ रहे कि
हाँ,
नहीं?
हाँ, वो तो है.
लेकिन यहाँ इंडिया में तो थोड़ा अर्ली मॉर्निंग टाइम सीखने वाले को जब उठने में परेशानी है तो सिखाने वाले को कुत्ता कुत्ता काटे हुए
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ.
क्या नवीन जी?
हम्म,
है कि नहीं नवीन जी?
हम्म,
सीखने वाले को जब प्रॉब्लम है सुबह उठने में,
हम्म,
अभी अभी ऐसे केस में अगर सिखाने वाले सुबह उठ रहे हैं तो बहुत बड़ी बात है कि नहीं?
हम्म.
बहुत बड़ा इम्प्रूवमेंट है नवीन जी।
हाँ, वो तो.
क्या सुरेंद्र जी?
Yes, yes, sir. Hmm.
Actually, he told me actually yesterday night I was in marriage ceremony. So after your
I
call,
had to,
I get to wake
yes,
up.
I had to wake up late night, till late night. So rising up in the morning at 5:30 was impossible. That,
Yes.
that was possible, but I slept. I didn't alarm.
So, Naveen ji, Nirdosh is not well.
Acha, I don't know, sir. I am not calling.
Actually, yesterday he messaged me cold, cold. What cold? I don't understand. My my goat cold. Send message. My goat cold. My goat cold means what?
I think he was trying to say I got cold.
Cold means what?
Cold,
In
any means cough like
okay.
thandi.
In summer session, cold.
Uh, Now it's changing. Today's weather is very pleasant here
Okay.
also, and temperature becoming low than 30, near about 30, and uh, lightning is happening and thunder stuff is going on. I think maybe it would be rain today.
Okay.
So weather is changing, I think, sir. In changing weather, very diseases like viral fever and cold happen to many publics.
I think in summer session, if you take cold drink, etc., direct in hot,
Yes, also
your
that
body is
reason.
hot. Your body is hot, and direct take cold drink,
Yes.
then this type of thing is happen. Yes. Good morning, sir. Sir, your voice is
Yeah, is it? Am I now, am I now audible?
yes, yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Uh, oh, I don't know whether I'm on.
Sorry, sir.
Am I in class?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So, Pankaj, would you like to introduce me to our? Mm, hello,
Yes, sir.
Pankaj, would you like to introduce me or moderate the class?
It's regarding a spoken English class, sir. So, we, in every day we are trying to speak something like group discussion.
Yes.
So,
So, so, so, can I start the addressing the class?
yes, yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
And I hope all of these mics are in mute, or some participants are unmuted also.
Yes,
So, good morning, class.
Good morning.
Uh, Mr. Pankaj, I had introduced me to you in advance, but anyway, would like to introduce myself. My name is Ashok Mishra, Chartered Accountant. Uh, we are known to each other for long. So very recently, Mr. Pankaj told me about this initiative that in uh, that are meeting.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Was
no,
breaking.
no, no, Naveen, the sound back sound is came from your side.
Is it now coming? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, 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 sir.
So earlier it was. I think you felt echo, right, Mr. Pankaj?
Yes, sir.
Is it now okay?
Yes, and now your voice is okay, sir.
Okay. In fact, I'm speaking over phone. That's why I'm not able to position it. So, class, how many for you are there right now?
Now one, two, three, four,
Good.
four.
Four. Fine. So, in fact, we shared some things about this initiative which is going on, and Mr. Pankaj told me that we are meeting every day in the morning. So at first I was very hesitant that I won't be able to make it because I'm a late riser and I was not sure whether I could make it or not.
Yes, sir.
But I was very much willing to wake up and join you people.
Thank
Um,
you, sir.
yeah, so like we talked other day, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a speaker of this kind, but still, I would like to share some of my experiences in my life. Like I was, like all of you, I belong to a middle class family, and I came from a society where I had to start my primary schooling in a very. It was not a very village type of school, but it's still in a small Mufassal cities. of a place called Mirganj in Gopalganj district. I joined him. I started my schooling in a very small school. Of course, it was a private school, and they had some fancy names like Saint Xavier, Saint Joseph, all these things. But at the end of the day, it was very much elementary school, and it was nowhere near convent. Even the teachers were local, and they were not so fluent in English. Am I audible? And everyone is
No, no,
listening?
Yes,
yes, yes,
yes, yes. You
Okay.
are audible,
Please
sir.
continue.
Yeah. So
thank
the
you, sir.
reason I so the reason I wanted to share my feeling that how I wanted and aspired to be a proficient speaking English speaking person, and at the same time, what were the bottlenecks at that time, which even today some of our friends face. But I overcame all these problems, and I will say that not everyone of my time or of my age speaks the English the way I can speak today. I think that this was my zeal, that my willingness or my hunger for English was so strong that I came to learn, not only learning but speaking is a bigger challenge. It used to be at that point of time because we don't have the environment even to speak. So I kept teaching myself to the help of some teachers, some of the family members. And then after sixth or seventh, I went to a missionary school in Betia. I think some of you might have heard KR High School. And it is not a convent, pure convent school, but it was then being run by, and even today it is run by missionary fathers, and they are good in English, and but this medium of school is still Hindi, and they have another branch which which is an English medium school. I'm not sure. I've not visited. So, given the background and the environment, it was at that point of time. I'm talking about late 70s or 80s. I came to speak English. Later on, I did my CA. I went abroad. I stayed there for about 15 years and then came back. But I learned English at a very young age due to my interest. And when I came to know that you people are also tr- doing the same, I was very much interested in meeting you people so that I can share my thoughts. Oh, and of course, even at that point, I'm due to my because I'm still in half sleep. I feel so. So, am I clear in my words
Yes,
Yes,
and
sir.
yes, sir.
what I'm
Everything
speaking?
is fine, sir. Everything.
Yes,
Yeah, and I'm making sense, or I just it's. I hope it's not just a sleep talking or something.
Everything is okay, sir.
Everything is okay.
Yes.
Fine. So, Mr. Pankaj, what would you, our fellow classmen, will like to listen from me? Experience I have already shared, and would they like to hear how I learned and what I did to learn my English, spoken English, or how I improved myself? I think we had a small chat about that. So, should I repeat or
Yes,
share
yes,
with
sir.
you? Yeah. So there were some very funny stories about that, how I prepared myself or started doing something to in my jail to understand English was that in the beginning, okay, the school was something as I said, that they were teaching us alphabets and some small words and all, but it was never near to something spoken. So initially, I started learning in primary school by going through the words, vocabularies, and learning some typical words. Like I remember learning a word, quench, at that point when I was in class 4, Quench. So quench is something like pyas bujhana. So I learned it and it was very fascinating. So interestingly, I started using that word in my Hindi conversation. So similarly, I mastered or I learned many words, and I I used to deliberately use these words so that I can find a context for those words to be used in my real time. Still, I was not speaking English. It was still uh, an experiment where I was using my words in Hindi sentences. Later on, what I did that I started reading newspapers, not something I bought or my family bought. They were still buying Hindi newspapers, but I started getting it from anywhere I could get. Like you can say that from somewhere, from neighbor's home, or sometime even a waste paper I could put my hands on. Or more funny is that some most of the time it was my this paper envelope tonga in which you used to buy some stuffs or something like to eat like samosas and bhuja. So when I will end up eating these things and then I will read up the envelope paper. So what I'm explaining that how I was interested in speaking English and how I kept pursuing those my dreams without any environmental support. When I talk environmental support, that means that English was almost a foreign, well, not almost, it is foreign, but almost it was non existent at that time in my society. Like my family, they were not speaking English, they didn't know. My father used to know a little bit, but just workable English. But even he was not speaking at that point of time. So all that happened, and I did whatever I did while I was up to class 6. Then I went to Bedia KR, and there things were a bit different. I had teachers who were fluent in English, but the school was still Hindi medium Bihar board school due to some technical reason. But the teacher, the father priest, they were very much fluent and they were very much eager to teach us that students could speak English. And particularly out of them, some of were very much interested in, like father. I had a father, uh, someone, a foreign national, Father Haiti, and then we had Father T.M. Joseph from. So these 2 3 people and Brother Neville Burroughs. So these 2 3 people are big influence, and they were very much interested in imparting the English education and particularly the practice of speaking. So I will share how one of my Father T.M. Joseph introduced and make sure that we could be fluent is that whenever he was taking some, he was not teaching us very particular classes, but uh, he used to come to teach us a subject called moral sciences. Moral sciences. So he would come and then he would give us a paragraph to remember. Like a paragraph of a minute or half a minute, and he will ask us to remember it by heart. And in next class, he will tell all of us to recite the same paragraph without any break or without any hesitation. So and we will a whole class will do it. So later on, I realized that by the end of the year, I I could remember at least 50, 60 paragraphs, and those paragraphs consisted of almost 600 lines, 60 times 10. So 600 lines I had in my mind. So slowly how it helped that when I was speaking or the students used to speak, they had a bank of 600 sentences. And so by little practice, you can manipulate these 600 sentences into almost innumerable, like thousands of sentences. So when you are speaking, what happens that those who are born in an environment of vernacular society, you can say, that when we speak English, we actually translate it from Hindi to English. And that makes the process, okay, it makes the process get you going, but it slows it down. It comes in your mind that when you're translating, it is reflected in your expression, it is reflected in the quality of language you use. So these 600 sentences made us to think in English, like we were not required to translate it from Hindi to English. So the goal should be that when you try to speak English, your goal should be that you 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 think in English and then you speak in English too. So long you are thinking in Hindi and speaking in English, there is a lag. There is a processing time involved, and it it is not the time you take between the words and the sentences that is not affects your influence or fluency, but you will be not able to carry it for long because you will be tired. So the object is to start thinking in English. So ready-made banks of sentences, ready-made bank of words, all this helps. And vocabulary is an important thing. Like 600 lines, 600 sentences you have in your heart. Very interesting thing that you don't need more than 100 words to speak and write good English. If you are mastered of 100 good words, this is enough for for your whole life. Am I making sense? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir.
So what is happening that I am not still at my best. Uh, Maybe I'm still in process of getting up. So I'm not able to arrange
Please,
my all this
sir,
speech.
excuse me, sir. Please pardon me.
Yeah, go ahead.
It means you are saying, sir, only 100 words. If we know, we can speak English.
Yes, I'm 100% sure that I'm not talking something from books or the textbook. This is my own experience. 100 good words. I told you 100 good words. Like, suppose Ram is a boy. For me,
Yes.
here the word is boy. Ram is no boy. I should know boy. What is boy? Uh,
Yes.
the words which you need to learn, they are not 100. Like, I will like that whatever words you know well. So now I want you to know only 100 more words which you don't know,
Yes, sir.
Thank
because For spoken English, you don't need to be very classical, and you know this. You need to know Shakespearean English. You have to communicate, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, and then this is a stepping stone. Once you start speaking with your this bank of 100 words, then when you go on, you keep learning, and your thought process keeps generating words and meaning. So, so this was few techniques I shared with you. That was that was adopted by me also and some of my teachers who were trying to teach us English, particularly the spoken English. 100 words, my friend, you take this word, 100 words, you prepare and go with. Second thing, that you make an environment. Like I ensured that when I was in class 10, okay, we had Hindi medium school, so the books were in Hindi, but a lot of things we at CARE, we were making notes and all these things in English also because the exams were Hindi, so we were not able to detach ourselves from Hindi. But by the time I ended my class 10, I was good at English, spoken English. Written was always good. So, but by the time I went to class 11, ISC, I did my ISC in Calcutta. So by that time, I remember in my room, I don't had anything to read in Hindi. So it was not that I didn't like Hindi or I had any problem with Hindi, but again, this was my drive towards my mission English. So what happened that everything around me was filled in English. My study materials, my books, even a study book, everything was in English. So what happened that I started living in an English environment, not the English environment that I started eating bread and toast and I started using Western toilets. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Please
So
continue.
in literary environment, I had nothing nothing other than English where I can put my eyes on. So that kept improving the quality of language and the words also.
Yes.
So, and then